Here's my morning routine. It's September 30th, and I'm out moose hunting. So just to give a recap of yesterday. Just to give a recap of yesterday, Charlie and I tried to give it one more go at elk hunting, and we basically weren't hearing any calls in the previous day's location, so we decided let's just try a different area that we know there's some elk in, but we've never really explored it at this time of year. And clearly the area that I've seen them in was only like mainly a wintering area, so they were there in the spring, but yeah, it was all old sign that we saw in there. So anyways, so what's happened is I've moved locations, and I basically traveled 6.5 hours yesterday to get to a moose hunting spot, and yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm just parked at the top of a mountain here, and yeah, we're gonna give it a shot, or I'm gonna give it a shot for now. Charlie's gonna show up probably several days from now, but if I get it done before that, guess I'm doing it on my own, so we'll see what happens. I did see a bull moose on my way in, on the road, not too far from where I'm parked, so it could get exciting, but I'm not allowed to hunt till tomorrow, so either way, I'm gonna do some exploring. I'm gonna try to sight my gun in and go from there. So last night when I was driving in, I saw a decent bull moose walking down the road. You see his tracks. And, somewhere around here, kind of ducked in as I drove by him. Yeah. Good to kind of understand the size of the tracks. But yeah, that's a bull moose track right there. Well, I'm going to take some grouse as I make my travels along scouting, since I can't hunt today for moose. This is Franklin's spruce grouse. They look a little different in Ontario. They have somewhere, I think along the tips, they have a bit of a light band, but the Franklin's is just all black. But I did see a ruffed grouse as well that I couldn't find afterwards, but yeah, I'd like to get ruffed grouse. I prefer them over spruce grouse, so we'll see. Well, I'm always stopping at these muddy spots to check for fresh prints, and would say there's quite a few moose tracks here. It looks looks pretty promising. Those are some big tracks there. Cool. Interesting. Well, I just filled my daily limit on grouse. They're all spruce grouse, but that's fine. I have to eat some if I want to hunt more, but I think you're allowed 10 as in possession. Actually, I just read the regs, and it says that in this region you're allowed 10 daily grouse and 30 in possession. So, wow, okay. I can still hunt them if I want. So I've ended up in this open field with water sources all around me. And I think I'm going to stay the night here. And in the morning, the moose hunt starts, and I'm thinking of making a bunch of calls down here and see what happens. But yeah, funny story yesterday. So I have my inReach, and when Charlie and I stopped at one location while we were elk hunting, I kind of started to hearing these beeping sounds, and I was like, what is that sound? And Charlie heard it too. We didn't know, so it stopped, and I just kind of left it alone. And as we started walking, eventually my phone rang, and I didn't have a very good cell reception. But anyways, the phone rang, and I tried to answer it, and it just hung up basically. And then basically I tried to figure out who it was, and I figured out it was Garmin calling. And then I realized it was my inReach that had been set off. The SOS had been set off. And they were sending me a bunch of messages trying to find out what's wrong. And so I was able to cancel the SOS, and then after I spoke to them, they said that once I canceled it, they told the emergency services to stand down. But I did eventually get into a cell service and gave them a call. But the way it got pushed, it wasn't triggered by this being this is locked the way it is right now. Unlock, it's to the left, and then you can push SOS. But anyways, apparently sometimes if this SOS button is pressed too hard, or some part here is pressed too hard, then it'll activate. And so when I was carrying my rifle on my backpack, it was pressing against the inReach, and triggered it. So good little lesson for me. So I'm keeping it in a different location, but anybody that has an inReach, you may want to have it somewhere where it's not going to get pressed by accident. So cool. Anyways, I'm going to be making some food here and just chill for the night. Just heating up some bear sausages. Figure that's good hunting food. It's also just easy to do. I just gotta heat them up.